Okay, so it is now April 1st, and Mr. Perry is still trying to human traffic me. Charles Perry, David Roberson, those guys kidnap me, hold me hostage against my will, and you know, pimp me out and make a big profit off of the violent crime of rape. And I've told them no, I'm not. Why in the hell would I want to do that? Mr. Perry has run around and told people there's a romance there. And there's a couple of congressmen that would like to sit him down. He's using taxpayer dollars to facilitate the delivery of a human trafficking victim, hold me hostage against my will in one of his compounds. He's got 6 to 12 compounds. There's one in South Dakota. Is there one in Montana? There's one in south of Houston. There's one in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's one just outside Atlanta, Georgia, that actually has a landing strip. There's one in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, North Carolina. Is there one in Memphis, Tennessee? You got, let's see, what did we get? We got South Dakota, Montana. You got one in south of Houston. You got one in Raleigh, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia. You've got one in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. That's the one you want to take me to and hold me hostage. You got guys in Kentucky that run that thing pissed off because I'm not delivered. Now how do I know all this? Because most victims don't. You sold me to a Houston realtor named Larry Hughes. And you made me look so bad with all the extreme prolonged duress that you've put me through and deprivation of human rights. Now my whole physique is falling apart. Women have to use things to make them look young and make them look good. I can't go to the gym because you're always going to kidnap me from the gym or make some big scene or take my driver's license away. You've been threatening my driver's license for years. We've got that everywhere. And once we have it, we have it. Once it's out, it's out. You've been making that threat over and every day. I'm going to false arrest you. I'm going to kidnap you. I'm going to make you mind me. I'm going to make you go. I decided you're my wife and we have a romance. Well, it's not real to me, whack job. It's not real to me. I'm not in that with you. You're by yourself in that. Okay, and if it's romantic, then it's not political, and then you committed perjury in 2016 on January 29th in front of Jim Hansen, didn't you? You told people in Sapulpa that took my son around and introduced him as your stepson, and a guy comes to my work at Lady Godiva's and he's like, Charles Perry just put you in jail. You guys lost your home. Because he imagined a political vendetta that isn't. There's no evidence of a political vendetta. If I'm pissed off about something, there's plenty of people you can ask. You're going to hear all about it. You're hearing about this now. Everything is about stalking. There's not a damn thing about politics. Charles Perry was newly elected. He was a nobody. Okay, remember, I've been in politics all my life. I did lobbying on federal level for healthcare issues that were related to my business. And I had just walked out of the office of Senator Harry Reid. At the time, he's third most powerful guy in Washington, D.C. He's third most powerful man in the country. So Charles, in his little daydream, the guy is like delusional, loony-toony, mentally ill, Huntington's disease. Actually, his doctor diagnosed him with Huntington's disease, and it causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. So for him, when you try to reason with him, we've heard complaints like you have no idea. It's like trying to reason with a drunk 6-year-old. He doesn't even make sense. They get caught. It's like we already have y'all talking about that. We got to record it. We got 9 million at this point from that collected over the last 15 years. What is Chewbacca? That's another code word you use to describe an act of coercion and intimidation when you're trying to make somebody be delivered. What is it? We got 28 now. We got run the tornado on her. What that means is they wipe out your bank accounts. They shouldn't even know about your bank accounts. So all of this stuff is during the commission of a crime. Stalking, voyeurism, hacking, cloning, illegal access to electronic devices you have no business knowing about, much less getting into. Harassment, intimidation, coercion, witness tampering, victim tampering, breaking and entering. I mean, you got a lot of stuff that you're doing that are criminal acts. And you've expressed your intent with intent to coerce delivery in an illegal human trafficking deal. You know that I have help and you do it to me anyway. You know we already have it and you do it anyway. So how much worse is it for the girls that are already at the compound or people that you're still trying to get kidnapped? Okay, they're not there of their own free will. They're not. I don't care what you say, they're not. It is not a home for unwed mother when they keep getting pregnant and you're selling babies to like what, Colombian drug cartel we hear. You have to prove me wrong, David. Do not run around and say she can't prove it. I can. Okay, right? 3 times you had the chance to make me prove my, 3 times I sued you. You got 5 attorneys, seasoned attorneys, and their whole firms. And you got the whole office of the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, when I sued you 3 times. Okay, I have no law. At the time, I had not a lick of law school. I didn't even have anything beyond 1 year of Bible college at that time. Now, I almost have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I'm also raised by police. My granddad was an elected official. I did not pay. And Charles Perry was a nothing nobody to me. I had bazillions of people I could call if I needed something. Okay, so if I disagreed with him about something politically, where's the evidence of that? What was the issue? See, 10 years later, he's still trying to think up an issue. There's no emails, there's no text, there's nothing. Because he imagined that. He's delusional. Okay, there's nothing real. Then he runs up to Oklahoma and tells everybody, we're married. And Dennis is my stepson. Nope, that's all in your head. It's not real to me. I'm not in that with you at all. Okay, you're pretending and you're daydreaming and you're imagining. So you guys plan some sort of harm to me, and we find out about it before you do it, and then we know what to do. And I'm always 1 step ahead of you, and I always have the upper hand. It's been that way 15 years, and y'all act like you don't know that. You act like you have no idea, and your plans don't work. And you plan this harm, and you plan that. Maybe if we'd run the tornado on us, you'd follow the yellow brick road. You guys are so hee-haw, it drives us nuts. We cannot even stomach that shit. So run the tornado means they wipe out the accounts of the victim, wipe out all their bank accounts, wipe out their phone, get them kicked out of their home simultaneously, like a tornado wiping out your life, so that you think the only option is to go be trafficked, or you can't eat. They plan it. They work on it. So you've got actus reus and mens rea both. And you guys act like nobody knows. Well, but I'm sitting here typing up the shit you guys say. Who's Bo? We got another name, David, out of your bacteria. You like spreading bacteria all over the place, trying to make people sick, your victims sick. We get her in the hospital, we get her on welfare, then we can kidnap her while she's in surgery or something, and then get her on welfare, and then when we kidnap her, we can collect the Medicaid benefits. Isn't that what y'all do? It's called Medicaid fraud. Does Governor Abbott know you do that? What about the governor of Tennessee or North Carolina or Georgia? Do they know you're doing that? That you're committing welfare fraud? Okay, you got caught because you did it to me and my children. Last night at about 11, we hear a phone call. David, you might have a wiretap order on your phone. Being you're a criminal and shit, a murderer, a rapist, a pedophile. Prove me wrong. Oh, back to the court. 3 times I sue. 3 times they go chicken shit with all those attorneys against one woman. Can't handle one woman with no law school. Not even college. 5 seasoned attorneys are too chicken shit and too coward and too pussy to handle one woman with no law school and no college really to speak of. They go in a back room and do an ex parte with a judge and get it dismissed. And some of those dismissals don't even make sense. That was your chance to make me prove my claims. 3 times, David, you went into pussy mode. You're a sissy. And then you run around and go, she can't prove it. Right now, you have to prove me wrong. And you can't, or you would have done it by now. And you have to do it on fact, David, not by deflection, not by slander, not by murder, not by retaliation, not by bullying. So we heard David call my son Dennis last night. My son Dennis, who he's tried to murder repeatedly. My son Dennis, who he's committing massive, heinous human rights violations against. My son Dennis, you're keeping me from protecting him from you because you're scared of him. He's a threat to you. I'm a threat to you. My whole team's a threat to you. He's not really the threat. I am, and my team is. We're a threat to you, and a big one, and you know that. Because if that wasn't the case, if you didn't try to murder him and you're scared of what he might tell me, you wouldn't have any problem at all with me taking care of him, would you? If it was truly an accident, as you pretended, then what's it to you? What's it to you? Prove me wrong, or shut up, you sick little bitch. So we hear him call my son at around, 11 last night and tell my son, when are you going to let go of your mom's teats, Dennis? Okay, you don't talk to my son like that again, or you will pay for it in ways you will wish you had not met me ever. You don't talk to him like that again, you little pussy. You're a pussy. You're a sissy. You're a Tinkerbell. Is your pantyhose fitting you too tight again today, David? Why don't you find a man your age, your size, who's healthy, and fight him if you have nothing better to do than project your mommy issues onto other people and pick a fight? Okay? He didn't do a damn thing to you. You pursued us. You're stalking us. You're stalking him. You've been stalking him since he was 10 years old. Why don't you fuck off and get a life? Grow up. Okay? You don't project your mommy issues onto my children. I told you to stay away from my children. So if things backfire on you when you fuck with my kids, that's your problem. It's your fault, not his. Everything that went wrong is your fault, David, because you're stupid. Okay, you're a fucktard. Okay, your plans failed for 15 years because you're a fucktard. It is your fault. Nobody else's. You're to blame. You sat in your little room and you thought some shit up and we got it and you knew we had it and you tried to do it anyway. And it didn't work because I knew what to do. And it has been that way for 15 years. That is a decade and a half. What kind of Alzheimer's or dementia do you have, David? You don't talk to my kids like that. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, you want to act tough guy like that? At least grow a pair and come fight a woman instead of a kid who's a third your age, 25? Or, CJ and Gabe. They were, 19 when you murdered Gabe? And I know you murdered him. Prove me wrong. You can't. Or you would have done it a long time ago. You're a cop killer. Okay, were you guys holding Natalie Holloway hostage? Did you do a DNA test between Catherine and Beth Holloway to prove me wrong? No, you can't, can you? You cannot prove me wrong. Because we're right. There's a bazillion things to support the contention that we're right. The last thing we heard also was that you had something in Judy Parker's court and you had something in Lizzie Egan's court. And, for some reason, Judy doesn't want to deal with it anymore, probably because of the murder and the third degree problem. You keep making Dennis sicker and sicker, and you keep stressing him out, David, with your bullshit and your mommy issues. Why don't you shit your pants and wave them for everybody to see? If you can't have any more self-respect and dignity than to keep your own family, mommy issues to yourself. Okay? We don't want to hear about it. That's your shit. Keep it to yourself. Have some dignity, trailer park. Trash. Okay? And keep it to your fucking self. You don't project that onto my boys. Okay? Get a fucking life, bitch. You are something else with the picking on people who, you're too weak to find a man your age, your size, who's healthy and pick on him. You're that weak. You're that pussy. Couldn't face one woman in a courtroom with 5 attorneys. You're too weak. And then you hide around, hide behind your little computers and your phones and other people, and you hide behind this, and you hide drugs and What the fuck are you going to do when you go to prison, David? How are you going to survive that? You're in there with men who have no idea what it's like to fight a woman or a child, and you don't know any different because that's all you fought. What the fuck are you going to do? Go in the corner and snivel and cry and piss yourself when they beat the hell out of you because you're a pedophile and a cop killer? And you're so weak you pick on women and children. You can't handle men your age, your size that are healthy. What are you going to do, huh? Princess? Tinkerbell? You're something. Oh, we're not against gays and trans, let me clarify that. We're against men who are abusive to women and children and think they're tough or masculine or sexy or hotshot, beating down women and children or young people a third their age, or little old men who are dying anyway, or a young man who you put in the hospital and can't even hardly walk. You think you're tough picking on that? On somebody like that? Did you think it was funny when you did what you did to him? It's always an accident. Oh, he was sniffing pain. Oh, you changed your story drastically 3 times. You dumb son of a bitch. You think people are stupid like you and they don't know what you're doing? Okay, you think what you think. You guys have spent 15 years getting caught. You got nothing else. So who's Bo? Okay, you're going to pay when you do the crime to me. Right now with intel, if you take from me, we're going to take intel from you. We're going to put it in a courtroom and we're going to put you in jail. So there's no more taking. If you cause a problem for me and my kids, same thing. You take my privacy, we took your privacy. So we heard you tell Dennis that last night. Dennis, when you going to let go of your mom's teats? My guys went, oh my God. The fuck says stuff like that? Who the fuck says something like that? What a pussy. What a little girl. Here he goes, projecting the mommy issues onto him again. What a piece of shit. That's why nobody will give them a name. Okay, you're depriving him of his proper medical care. You're depriving the victims of the compounds of their medical care too. Nutritional care, education. You got a lot of neglect and abuse at those places. Right? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, or you shut up. So Judy doesn't want it. It goes over to Judge Farmer. Is that good intel or bad? I'm getting information from somebody else, David. You're under police investigation. They hear a whole lot of shit you say. Also, when you clone my phone, I gave these guys permission to get in my phone and every copy thereof and hot mic the shit out of it. So they do and they have. So if your phone is actually my phone, if it's a copy of it, that's actually my phone. So if they heard you that way, whatever. You chose that, otherwise get the fuck out of my phone. Stay the hell away from my family. Like I've been telling you to for years. You're going to pay for it one way or the other, coming out of your ass. You take something from me, we take something from you. You cause a problem for me, we're going to cause 100 for you, it doesn't matter where I live. And Looney Tune Charles wants to be in his imaginary relationship by himself. He can make a buffoon ass of himself to his heart's, knock himself out. It's not real to me. I'm not in that with you. Doesn't go both ways. You are an idiot. You're a fucking weirdo idiot. And a rejected fail, too stupid to figure out how to move on like everybody else when you're told no. You're a pussy and a freak show. And I want nothing to do with you, and you know that. There is no romance, there's no relationship, there's nothing. You're a fool. And you're embarrassing me with that. And you're to stop. Stop it. You don't get to embarrass me. You want to embarrass yourself, okay. But you don't get to embarrass me. I don't like you. I rejected you and I moved twice, not to have to deal with your shit, your drama, and your horrific, heinous, disturbing bullshit crime. Okay? You don't get to embarrass me anymore. Stop or you're gonna be stopped. Okay? I don't like you. I moved twice to get away from you and keep my son safe from you. You have no business talking to my kids. There's no legitimate reason for that. You're not gonna traffic me. Okay, you guys are delusional. If you think you're going to do a false arrest, have her pulled over. Get her at the gym. False arrest her, sit her down, and we're going to talk her into this. You have fallen down and bonked your nutty little head on the pavement if you think you're going to talk me into going with you. No such thing will happen. I will fight you to the death. Write it down. I'm not going to repeat it again. I will not repeat this again. You're not getting through to me. I have help. You're pissing us off. You've done nothing but for 15 years. You have failed every day for 15 years because you're fucking with the wrong people and they can crush you like a bug. All of you. What is the Brotherhood? What is Bo? Who's Bo? Who is that? I think we got 2 names yesterday. I don't remember what the other one was. You guys are something. A special kind of stupid. I mean, a special kind of stupid. And you're the worst one, David. You don't talk to my kids like that. Get some class already. Don't you have any self-respect? Keep your mommy issues to yourself, bitch. Okay? Don't bother them with that. Don't bother anybody with that. Trailer park trash. Okay, so we got... Look at this. These guys call all over the place, looking for her people. Okay, well, but her people told you, here's what you can't do if you want help. Don't do it, because you won't get help. She'll get the help, not you. And then she'll know what to do so your plan doesn't work. This has been the case for years and years, a decade and a half. A decade and a half. That's a long time to fail. And then keep doing the same thing that fails. Charles, I want no contact with you. If you contact me, you'll pay all day. Okay, you shut up and fuck off, beer. You're so weirdo. You just fucking creep me out all the time. How is it you're not embarrassed? I mean, literally, we're all like crawling under the table with embarrassment at the stuff you say and the shit you do. It is that bizarre. And nothing embarrasses you. We don't even have words for that. So the guy's like, okay, she's always going to find out before and their thing's not going to work. It's been that way 15 years. There's no reason in the world to get up tomorrow and expect anything different. They're doing the same things, they get the same results. The definition of insanity, you're insane, is you do the same thing and you expect different results. Nobody's that stupid. Nobody. Except them. So they're spending a lot of time and money getting her intel, and then she finds out what they're up to, and then she knows what to do to get around it. Been that way 15 years. And they get up every day and they try again. And then run around shocked and dismayed. That didn't work. What's Chewbacca? The fuck is that? Who the fuck comes up with this shit? You guys got, this big black book of weirdo technique doesn't work on me. Never has. Never has. You make us want to barf. The creepy, like no normal person could come up with this stuff. With a gun to our head, we couldn't do it. The sick, twisted stuff you guys do and say. You don't have any filters left, or no self-respect, no dignity, no class. I mean, what in the hell? What in the hell? So, anyways, he's like, they made it very clear. For 6 years, they've been telling him this. You can't, if you do this, you're not going to get our name. You're not going to get any help. We won't even talk to you. You need to do this, not that. And every day they completely ignore that. And then call everybody and want their help. And everybody's telling the same thing. You have to, we're not the decision makers. You have to talk to the decision maker. And she's flat told you for 6 years, if you want the decision maker on the phone with you, here's what you can't do and here's what you have to do. Or it's not going to happen. And then she'll find out and your thing's not going to work. She'll always have the upper hand. It's been this way for a decade and a half. Come on now. Nobody's that slow mentally. You, except you. Or you just like getting caught. Or you getting some kind of payoff out of just getting caught all day. And having your thing not work. And spending a lot of time and money planning and scheming. And nothing works. I'm not delivered. I'm not fired. And I got more intel. So what did you do that worked? We're at a loss. We don't even know. I mean, it's to your own detriment. You do it anyway. So, I mean, most people, it should deter your crime, and it's not. It should. We don't even know what to say to that. So they're like, well, I mean, here's the thing. You're ignoring what they're saying you got to do, or you can't do if you want help. So, since you have already figured it all out and you know everything, and why are you calling me? Why are you wasting my time? Because what her people, the decision makers, said is, if you want a phone call, you have to give back what you took, you have to fix what you broke, and you have to get out of their lives. You can't harass her kid anymore. You can't deprive him of proper medical care anymore. You can't punish him anymore. You can't retaliate against him anymore, or Cynthia. You got to give back what you took. You can't cause problems for him anymore. You can't call him up and say bullshit like that. Some freak show. Can't you let go of your mom's teeth, Dennis? I'm going to project my mommy issues onto you. Because I'm that pathetic and weak and stupid. Wow. We don't even know what to say. We don't even know what to say. How embarrassing that you would say something like that. How embarrassing that you took your shorts off, shit your pants, took your shorts off, and you're making us all look at it. and you can't keep your family bullshit to yourself, like a dignified person, a respectable person. They got therapists, bitch. Go see a therapist. You don't say shit like that to my kids ever without it costing you very big. Very, very, very big. You want to retaliate, you're not proving me wrong. You want to murder, you're not proving me wrong. You want to harass and bully, you're not proving me wrong. You want to deflect, you're not proving me wrong. So when you call around and you tell people taking up their time, they're dropping everything they got to do in their day, their responsibilities, dealing with their own problems, to deal with your problem. And you're asking them, I want you to take on my heinous, disturbing, sex predator crime. And try to help me figure out how to get away with it. And they're like, well, here's the thing though. I'm not a decision maker. There's one guy that's a decision maker. And they've told you for 6 years how you talk to that guy. Here's what you can't do. Here's what you have to do. You can't fuck with her kids. You can't cause problems and loss for her. You can't invade her privacy. You can't harass her. You can't do a false arrest. You can't cause a major loss for her. You got to give back what you took. You fix what you broke, and you got to get out of her life and her son, her boys. Stay away from them. Stay the fuck away from them. No. Okay, well, you seem to have it figured out already. Why are you bothering me? Okay, don't bother me if you have it figured out already on your own. You're going to ignore what they told you got to do or not do, and you're going to do your own thing, which has never worked in 15 years, and to get a hold of whoever the decision maker is to find out what is really the situation here. Now, what are we looking at, and what can we do? I got questions. There's one guy that can answer those questions. If it's not on Facebook or the blog or on a podcast, you don't get the answer. You don't know who it is, you're speculating. And you don't know how they get information, you're speculating. And that's not good enough, is it? No, it's not. Charles, I'm not trying to hint at you. So, what happens is, if I talk to there's one way that I can talk to my boss without Charles being able to hear the whole conversation. He might be able to hear what I'm saying, but he can't hear what he's saying. So, my boss said something to me yesterday. I'm not going to tell you what it was. You're not supposed to be invading my privacy and knowing what I'm saying and doing in the privacy of my home. You're supposed to fuck off, Stray-Joe. Okay, so your surveillance is illegal, Charles. You anything that you obtain or procure in the commission of the crime of stalking or coercion or attempted human trafficking and witness tampering and intimidation and blah blah blah, using tax dollars to facilitate human trafficking delivery. So our congressman now has grounds, certainly, to make you explain to the American citizens why you used their money for your personal profit in your business. That is a criminal enterprise. So you're going to have to do that. You have my word, I promise. Okay? I don't know, so they get shit, now I lost my train of thought. No, I totally lost my train of thought. Anyways, so when we, hang on. Okay, so now I got it. Okay, so I'm in my house talking to my boss. Charles is an intruder. He's a little butt-in, nosy Nancy, right? He has no life. So I'm not trying to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. So I said something, a sarcastic comment. God bless George and Keith. Well, guess what he does? Oh, she just finally told us who it is. It's George and Keith. Okay, do you know how much bullshit? He didn't hear the whole conversation. He only heard half of it. He didn't know what I was responding to. He didn't know what was said to me that made me say that. He only hears one side of the conversation. That he's not even supposed to hear that. So do you know how much bullshit, delusional bullshit this guy feeds people, and they're idiot enough to believe him? What in the hell? That's just not our problem, is it? If you're stupid enough to believe what that delusional wackadoo says, that is 100% on you. That is 100% your own fucking problem. and it is not mine at all. He shouldn't have heard the conversation anyway. I'm watching TV. I decided I really like the TV show Mom. I mean, it's a funny show. It's funny. He thinks that's a secret message that my mom's a leak. I'm not told how information is obtained, and I don't want to help you, and there's no such thing, you delusional whack job. I don't hint for you. I want you to fucking go away. Not enough money in the world would make me want to help you. I want to ruin you, and I've made that very clear in everything I've said, in everything I've done for 15 years. I've asked my boss, I would really like to be the one to be able to handcuff that sick little bitch. I don't want to pat him down, you make somebody else touch him, but I fucking want to handcuff him. And I want to throw him in the back of your car. So, probably he's not going to let me do that in light of the situation, but believe me when I have asked many, many times. I hate your guts with everything in me. I want with everything in me 24/7 is to ruin you, because you ruin people who did nothing to you at all. You picked the fight. I ran twice to not have one. You are an imposition and a burden and a disturbed fuck everybody wants gone. So we don't have to deal with your criminal bullshit anymore, and your daydreams and your pretend crazy. We're sick of dealing with it. People are dying over that, over your make-believe world. And you don't get to do that and get away with it this time. And I said that in 2016. Not this time. Watch this. And you're seeing things you've never seen before, and we're making history. Okay? Fuck you. Fuck you. You need to get off your fat ass and go work in Lubbock with your people and get out of my life. And if you can't do that by yourself like a big boy, we're going to do it for you. Okay? When we tell you give back what you took, fix what you broke, and get the fuck out of my life, or he will do it for you. And because of the legal processes involved with that, it's going to cost you double if he has to do it for you. We promise you have our word, and nobody's going to give you a name, and I'll always have the upper hand. Until that day comes when they bang on your door and they take your pussy ass to jail, and you don't hurt people ever again. We're not giving you an ultimatum. That is just exactly what we're going to do. Watch this.